What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. This episode 2. Today we gonna talk about them Haitian boys and talk about Lil Haiti, Miami, the Zopan. Let's get right into it. Haiti is a Caribbean country that shares the island of Hispaniola with the Dominican Republic to the east. Haitians refer to their homeland as a beautiful place, but has its issues, such as bad earthquakes and poverty in certain parts. A lot of Haitians come to the US in hopes for a better life. And for a lot of Haitian immigrants, they find refuge in a few different states. But Dade County, Miami, has a special spot. Lil Haiti, ça passe, means what's happening. And it's a greeting Haitians use to greet each other. Lil Haiti was originated for the Haitian immigrants that came to Miami to have a place that they could feel like was home. Restaurants with comp soup and their own grocery stores with foods from back home, it was a piece of Haiti in the US. For one organization though that rose through the concrete, the Zopan or the Zoes, sources tell me Zopan and other Haitian gangs originally came about because of Americans making fun of them at school, jumping them, and telling them to go back to Haiti, laughing at their lack of money and clothes. So a few Haitian young men decided to band together and create a movement that let the Americans know they were tired of being victims and were proud of where they came from. What started as a small group of young men wearing a Haitian flag and sticking together would become a worldwide organization. As far as money, even though a lot of Haitians in America, now things were still hard in their section of the city, and poverty was still there, but not for long. Zopan at this point was a real organization and had built a name for themselves by going hard for their people and smashing anybody who disrespected them. Macazo was one of the original members of Zopan, and him and his squad figured out how to get money in the Miami streets. Whether it was hitting licks, the boats that came ashore with all kinds of cargo, or robbing stash houses, the team was getting real money and bringing it back to their community. The Zopan had everybody scared to play with the Haitians. The Miami culture was real wild, with wicks in their hair, goals in their mouth, and choppers in their hand. But for the rest of the city, they didn't play with Lil Haiti. Even police had a little fear. In one interview, a Miami police recalls talking to a Puerto Rican gang and asking them why y'all don't go to Lil Haiti and play with them and take over there. Their response was, "Are you crazy? Them Haitians will whack you. It's not a game over there." The Zopan had gained a ruthless reputation, and a lot of other Miami-based squads were scared of their beliefs in black magic, in which some people call voodoo. Rivals felt as though Haitians could go to the priest and get you gone. Haitians always felt like certain rituals kept them from harm. But in typical American culture, the Haitian Zopan was not the only Haitian gang. The plan was for the Haitians to come together and rep their country, but unfortunately, some Haitians didn't rock with the Zoes and started their own organizations, and which would set the streets of Miami on fire. With beefs over territory and money, sources say the body count was crazy. And since Haitians wasn't scared people, the war against each other led to no one backing down. With assault-style blickies, the groups would catch each other lacking on different occasions, leaving a trail of blood and gun smoke wherever they collided. On one alleged situation, a squad from another town decided to try to slide on the Zopan, but earlier that day, the pound received a heads up. Allegedly, members were set up all through the hood with blickies, and when the other squad came through, they were Swiss cheese, with members even jumping out of trees with choppers. A lot of bodies fell, and a lot of the Zopan and other Miami-based Haitian squads went to prison for long periods of time. Good thing about Lil Haiti, they put money back into their community to build grocery stores, restaurants, and better homes. A lot of Haitians are also in the music game and rep their country proudly. The Zopan were going legit in entertainment before a lot of indictments came down and a lot of members went away, including Macazo. But the Haitians' numbers never really went anywhere. With so much respect in Miami and Lil Haiti, the Zoes even began to be shouted out in some of hip-hop's top songs. The Haitians made sure to get a spot in this country and stamp it. I love a From the Mud story, and despite the violence and jackings, the Zoe stood on business to protect their community and bring money in. Ça passe to all my Haitians and Zoes, I salute. But to the youngers out there, think how strong the movement would have been if the Haitian boys didn't branch off and beef with each other. Beef takes your focus off of the main goal and original plan. Get money, rep your people, and take care of your community. Yeah, man. You feel me? Salute to the Haitian boys, man. Like I said, a lot of rappers, a lot of entertainers, they came up. And you got people like Rick Ross that say your people's from, my people's from Haiti, you know what I mean? Your fools Fugazi, my people's from Haiti. So it's like, it went real mainstream, but it started out in Miami, and they really wanted nothing to play with. And how it started, like I said, the American kids was teasing them. Kids can be mean, talking about their clothes and stuff like that, because they still was coming from poverty. A lot of them came over here with nothing, but they built the way, and they made a way. Like I said, whether it was hitting licks or whatever, hustling to feed their community and bring the money back home, they did that. So I gotta salute that. A lot of them got a lot of time for different reasons, attempts, hits, other stuff like that. But a lot of them made it in the industry too, And in the rap game, they brought the money back home and they put their people on. I just rock with a country or a people that stick together. That's my biggest thing, like sticking together. If you can see the bigger picture and get past the pettiness, it'll be much better. Of course, they got into it with each other. I forgot the name of the other organization, but they was both Haitian organizations. And they was beefing and a lot of bodies fell, unfortunately. But the thing about it, man, them Haitian boys, when they see that flag, they mostly stick together and look out for each other, no matter what state they in. It's a lot of them in New York. It's a lot of them, like I said, in Florida, Philly. Haitians really everywhere. Atlanta, I see a lot of them, you feel me? Baltimore, got a real big Haitian culture, So yeah. But yeah, man, this is another episode of Hood Tales. This episode 2. We going state to state, hood to hood, block to block. Let me know who y'all want to see next. Be sure to like, comment, share. Love y'all, family. Out.